It was market day on Sodor. Duck and Oliver were at Brendam Docks. Their freight cars had been loaded with fruits and vegetables from all over the world. However, presently, they were having an argument. "I'm telling you," said Oliver, "you must be crazy if you think that tomatoes are fruits. But the scientific definition of a fruit is the part of the plant that has seeds in it. Tomatoes are from plants and they have seeds. Science never lies, and therefore they must be fruits," said Duck. "Yes, and I'm a submarine," said Oliver. Meanwhile, Cranky was having a hard time with Sydney. "You down there," he said. "Why can't you just move forward so I can put this crate on your freight car?" "What crate?" said Sydney. "The one that I'm holding, you idiot." "What? Oh, yes, I see it," said Sydney. "And, who are you again?" "Bah!" said Cranky. Cranky was so furious that he dropped his crate right down onto the tracks. "Oh dear," said Sydney. "I do hope that crate wasn't going to go on someone's train." "Cranky seems to be even crankier than usual today," said Oliver. "Well, working with Sydney can be a bit frustrating," said Duck. "Not to mention I've had this stupid seagull sitting on me all day," said Cranky. "Go on, shoo, shoo!" But the bird didn't move. Said Duck. "Looks like I'm going to be here for a while. You go ahead and leave, Oliver. I'll catch up later." So Oliver chuffed out of the docks. It was a beautiful day, and Oliver was enjoying his trip immensely. He didn't even mind the climb up Gordon's Hill. But as Oliver crested the top of the hill, he heard a familiar whirring sound. Suddenly, Harold the helicopter flew in from nowhere and buzzed right over Oliver's cab. "Harold!" cried Oliver. "You nearly took my funnel off!" But Harold's blades were whirring so loudly that he didn't hear Oliver. The market was to be held at Farmer McColl's farm. Oliver backed his train into a siding, then went through the station, came around, and pulled up alongside. Meanwhile, Duck had finally left the docks and was trying desperately to make up for lost time. "I have to hurry," said Duck. "I mustn't be later than I already am." Meanwhile, Oliver was resting quietly by the farm when he heard a buzz. "Harold," grimaced Oliver. "This time I'm going to make him listen to me." As Harold passed overhead, Oliver let out a long, loud whistle. Toad woke with a start. "I say, Mr. Oliver," he said, "hasn't anyone ever told you to let sleeping great fans lie?" Toad wasn't the only one who Oliver had woken up with his whistle. The signalman, by chance and by nature, had fallen asleep. Sitting bolt upright in his chair, he looked out the window. He saw Duck coming down the hill with his train. "Duck must have whistled for me to change the points," said the signalman, and so that is exactly what he did. Duck suddenly found himself going down the wrong track. "That's odd," said Duck. "What am I doing on this line?" Not far down the line, Sir Topham Hatt was showing Winston a statue. "This, Winston," said Sir Topham Hatt, "is my great-great-great-grandfather, Sir Howard Hatt, co-founder of the North-Western Railway." Winston looked at the statue. "Hello there, Mr. Howard," he said. "My name's Winston." Sir Topham Hatt laughed. "No, Winston," he said. "It's not really him. It's just a statue that looks like him. And everything about it is symbolic. Notice how he strides forward, representative of the progress that can be made with a railway. The staff and the diamond on top represent the power and beauty of a steam engine. And the snowy white color of his hands represents..." But then there was trouble. Luckily, Duck's driver and fireman had jumped clear. Disheveled domes, cried Duck. Said Winston. Disheveled domes, that's a new one. Yes, well, cinders and ashes is a little overused, I think, said Duck. Sir Topham Hatt surveyed the mess. Duck was sitting in the fountain, with pumpkins, tomatoes, carrots, and cabbages floating around him. Well, he commented, under slightly different circumstances, I might be inclined to eat this for dinner. Duck was not amused. Oliver saw the commotion and raced to help. Are you all right, Duck? Called Oliver. Yes, I think so, said Duck. But, could you fetch the breakdown train or something? Right away, Duck. I'll be back soon. And Oliver raced away. Soon, Duck had been put back on the track, and workmen had arrived to repair the fountain and put the statue back in its proper place. Why weren't the points set for us? Said Duck's driver. What are you talking about? Said the signalman. You whistled for me to change them for you. We never whistled, said Duck's fireman. Well, somebody did, said Farmer McColl. Tending the hens I was when I heard it. Someone whistling louder than a cow getting branded. That might have been me, said Oliver sheepishly. You see, I was whistling at Harold, trying to get his attention. Well, that clears up that matter nicely, said Sir Topham Hatt. Thank you for being honest, Oliver. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm meeting my wife for dinner at our favorite Italian restaurant tonight, and I mustn't be late. Goodbye. Whoa! Winston! Winston, stop! Sorry, sir. Early days yet, right? Yes, Winston. Early days. Whoa! Winston, look out for the... Winston! Sorry. Just then, Duck and Oliver heard the whir of a helicopter. Everyone watched as Harold touched down in the nearby field. Whiz-oh, Oliver, said Harold. Just wanted to drop by and apologize for flying so low over you. Medical emergency. Didn't have time to fly higher. The patient was in critical condition. Suppose that's why you were whistling at me earlier. Indeed it was, said Oliver. I was going to tell you exactly what I thought of you, but now I completely understand. I've also learned not to use my whistle unnecessarily. A good lesson there, Oliver, said Duck. And you needn't worry about me forgetting it, said Oliver. Believe me, after today's events, remembering it is going to be as easy as, if I may, duck soup. And this time, Duck and Oliver laughed. Hey guys, MilkTankerMedia here. Just wanted to say thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe if you already haven't, and if you have questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment. I do hope to continue filming and making episodes during the fall and the winter, but please know that I will be very busy with school and will not have as much free time to do those things. And now I'll just turn this back over to my trucks. Wait a second, you didn't leave any credits for Scruffy and I to narrate. Yeah, he's got a point, you know. Oh, sorry.